This is Stitch's trial. It represents the last version of our opening sequence before we changed it for the final version. And it has Stitch as a genetic creation, which was one of the big changes in the storyline, but it doesn't have Jumba on trial with him. And we thought that we needed to have the creator present to take some accountability for the creation of the monster. Before, we used to introduce him when we got to Jumba's jail cell as the creator, but we thought it was much more concise and much more informative to have Jumba there in the opening sequence. So here's Stitch, along with some video clips of the damage that he's been wreaking on alien planets.
Prepare yourselves. 3 months ago, an unauthorized military experiment was uncovered in which a creature was modified at the genetic level. Open it. He is called Experiment 626. Thoroughly unpleasant. His recent attack on the peaceful populace of the planet Listog is a mere addition to the nauseating list of mischief and hooliganism that has earned him the prestigious title of Public Nuisance Number 1. Experiment 626. You've given no indication that you are anything but dangerous. But I can give you this one chance. Show us that there is something inside you that is good.
Answer her, you piece of garbage!
Luda nella crista! So naughty! I hereby sentence you to life imprisonment on a maximum security asteroid. Captain Gantu, take him away.
With pleasure.
In this sequence, the Grand Councilwoman is having to answer to the entire council for her decision to let Stitch live. Of course, he escaped, and she blames Captain Gantu for this, but she's kind of on the hot seat, and she has to defend her decision for having let the thing live. Captain Gantu comes in, he interrupts, and she is quick to lay blame on him. So it's really there in support of Captain Gantu's drive to go back and capture Stitch.
Explain yourself!
It was a calculated measure to protect the Earth from the irreversible effects of aggressive military force.
So you sent a convicted criminal to do the job?
Jumba Jukiba is the only one who possesses the necessary insight to track and capture Experiment 626.
Jumba can't be trusted. He would never even reveal what 626 is.
He is a weapon. Experiment 626 was an attempt to create a perfect fighting machine. These documents contain the proof. Grant me authorization and I will capture 626 so
Capture him? You couldn't even transport him! Experiment 626 is more than you can handle, Captain Gantu. Leave these chambers at once.
What you're about to see is the bedtime sequence the way that it was originally written. It's a bit of a twist on the bedtime story, so that in our version, Lila's going to tell her story to Nani. Lila's going to be making an apology for her bad behavior, but she's also going to make a subtle reference to her dead mother when she starts talking about a princess. It's kind of her way of explaining why she's being bad. We had to change it not because it was unsuccessful, but because in an early test screening, we had a lot of people that were confused. They thought that it was actually Lilo and her mom yelling at each other. So we had to rewrite it. If you go back and watch the new version, after you see this original version, you'll notice they make many, many references to each other being sisters. And that's what we had to get across in the new version. Enjoy.
Hey, I brought you some pizza in case you were hungry. I'll just put it here in case you...
Are you ready for my bedtime story? Once upon a time, there was a bear, and his name was Toaster. He was friendly, but he smelled bad. Not even skunks would let him visit, because they could not stand his bad smell. Toaster cried, because his only friends were rocks and fish. One day, a princess heard him crying and decided to bring him special soap so he could have friends again. But she lives far away now, and Toaster doesn't have a soap yet, so he still smells bad. He's so sorry he smells bad. Did you call the rabbit store yet?
Yeah. They said I could get 20 rabbits if I traded you.
I'm worth 20 rabbits. You didn't call the rabbit store. Oh, my camera's full again. Aren't they beautiful?